Hi guys, it's Emily from Nobel Novels and welcome to today's video. This is the Picture This tag. Now the Picture This readathon was hosted by the lovely Jack from Spread Book Joy and Shelley from Shelley Swearington all over the month of April. I'm now doing this in May because I'm always late with everything. Just to say, I'm now planning my June videos, so if anyone wants me to tag me in any videos, feel free because June's got all the slots available. I always like to remind people when I've actually got room, so it won't be done till June, but hey ho, it's getting there, I'm getting there. I'm already planning my July videos as well, actually. I need to get, that's another thing I've got to do. Enough rambling, let's get on with the tag. So I love the fact this is quite a chatty video, so there's not going to be too many books being shown in it, but it's chatty and it's about picture books. Well, happy to do this. So, prompt number 1. Oh, by the way, guys, I will, as always, link Jack's video and Shelley's channel down below with all the prompts, and I've got some people to tag at the end. So, prompt number 1. Love You Forever, written by Robert Munch and illustrated by Sheila McGraw. Name a book you'll imagine you'll love forever. We all know the answer to this one. Wuthering Heights. Loved it since a teenager. Will love it till the day I die. My favourite book ever. No question. Prompt number 2. Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, Very, Very Bad, No Good Day, written by Judith Kirst and illustrated by Ray Cruz. I don't know if I said that. Can't read my own writing. Which book or comforting things do you turn to when you're having a bad day? Well, to be honest, all my books are comforting. Well, not comforting, but all books are books. Reading is the thing I will standardly go to if I'm having a bad day. But if it's a specifically bad day, it will be a comfort read. So that will be something like one of my contemporaries. Yeah, a cosy contemporary, romance, that kind of jam will be my go-to read when I'm having a really bad day. Another thing I will like doing is I love going for walks. If it's not, because getting the fresh air in my lungs, even with my bad knee, it's really good for my mental health to get out there and go for walks. And then the simple thing I love doing is hugging my kids or Chris. So that's my sort of go-to thing if I'm having a bad day. I am very blessed in the fact that my mum lives on the same street as me. So if it's a super bad day, I will go to my mum. I will go, if it's a really bad day and I'm really struggling, I will go up to my mum and get a hug off my mum. Another thing I do, God, I've got loads of things I do, is to call my sister Charlie, because she is probably the person that if I'm on the floods of tears, she'll always know what to say. She'll always know what to do. So they're the sort of things. But I am very blessed. Something coming out of COVID when it was COVID and I was having bad days, it was literally just my kids and the books that we're going to. But coming out of it again, I love going for a walk and going up to my mum's and giving my mum a hug and just like that kind of comfort. Like, I don't care, I'm 43. A mummy cuddle when I'm crying is just the best thing ever. But if I'm at home, yeah, cozy reads. Say I'm reading this. It's a good read. I'll read to make you smile. So, number 3. A Very Hungry Caterpillar by Eric Castle. Which book or character sparked your hunger for reading? Love this book. As a child, I think it was The Magic Faraway Tree, Heidi, Enid Blyton was my key sort of as a child, my go-to books. Then, when I got into books as a teenager, it was the Sweet Valley High books. I absolutely loved them. They were like they really got me into, I used to go to the library and get them all out from the library. They were that. Then as an adult, when I went back to reading, because I sort of lost my reading mojo for a very, very long time. And then when my chronic pain was bad, and I started getting into the books, so just before BookTube, just before like Goodreads, my sister Vicky got me into it by getting me the Page Tube books. So my favourite author got me into reading again, and she got me seeing what books I would love and that contemporary, that hugging a book, you know. So there's the sort of books and series that got me into reading in my different sort of stages, because I found as a child I loved reading, teenager I enjoyed it, early teens I would say, obviously as we grow up, and then back to BookTube in my late 30s, early 40s, Page Tube, yeah. Green Eggs and Ham by Dr. Seuss. What is the most unusual book you've ever read? I actually had to really think about this and speak to my sister. Things in Jars. That is weird as fuck by Jess Kidd. I wanted to like that because it was historical fiction and it was weird, but that was weird as literally so weird. The jars, the things in that was weird. Also, another one actually that's quite a very unusual book is The Mermaid and Mrs. Hancock, which I started reading when I read that a few years ago, and people had loved it, and I just found it really weird. Very, very, very weird. Right, prompt number 5. Where the Wild Things Are by Maurice Sendak. What is your favourite book featuring the natural world? Brownie Hedge books. I looked for my copy. I need to get my own copies of them because I give Mia one of my copies and I can't find it in her room. So I need to get them. I need to go and hunt for the Brownie Hedge books. That's actually a very good point. I'm going to go hunt for them. Not that I need more books, but hey, I love the Brownie Hedge books. They are so cosy and natural world, and I just love them. I love like the hedges, and also that was another thing, but another set of books that I read growing up as a child, and I loved the spring book, obviously, because I was born in spring. But yeah, I just really love the Brownie Hedge books. I love the sort of countryside things and all the different animals in them. I think it's so cute and good and so cozy. Number 6, Goodnight Moon by Margaret Wise Brown and illustrated. Do you read at bedtime? Do you read to someone else at bedtime? Did anyone read to you at bedtime? Be prepared for a bit of ramble here. First of all, yes, I read at bedtime. I have a set rule, which is after about 8 o'clock, I will only read contemporaries or middle grade. Sometimes historical fiction, like the light wartime ones, but it's middle grade or contemporaries at bedtime because I need something that's not going to stress me out, not going to make me too excited and too like, oh. I tried reading classic at bedtime, and also my brain starts to switch off at bedtime, so I need a very light read at bedtime. So at the moment, the bedtime book I've got like a comfort food cafe book that's at bedtime, but that would have been read by the time this goes live. So yeah, I do love reading at bedtime. It's literally, I will have a book down, I'll bring my bedtime book downstairs at about 8 o'clock, starting at 8 o'clock, then I go upstairs. I always go upstairs before Chris. I'm dead early sort of early to bed because I love it. I go up to bed about 9:30 and read for half an hour to 45 minutes and literally chill myself out completely. It's been really bad because he tends to either sleep downstairs on the sofa because he works early, or like he'll be out or whatever. But I like to go to bed before Chris does, so I've got some time to read, because I find that on the nights when he comes up with me and he doesn't like me reading, I can't sleep as well. So yeah, very much that case. Do I read to someone else at bedtime? Yeah. Standardly, I read to Thomas. Mia, I stopped reading it a bit earlier. I don't know why. I'd love to read with her, but she's like pre-teen, so not really. But I love reading books with Thomas at bedtime. But at the moment he's into his football books, and I love it. I used to love it with Mia, and I still love it with Thomas, and I hope he never wants me to stop doing it. Although I know at some point it will, and I'm dreading that bit, because that's the bit I love. I put on the voices when I'm reading the books with him. I put the silly voices on. Like, there's another prompt coming up, and but like this book, I read to him so many times as a child. He used to like set the same books over and over again, and now he's reading the Frankie Lampard series of books, and we're reading it one after the other, and I'm loving it. Love reading with him at bedtime. And yeah, did anyone read to me at bedtime? I think my mum did a bit. She said that she didn't too much because she's actually dyslexic, so she used to find reading us at bedtime hard. But I do think I remember her reading to us at bedtime a bit, so that was quite good. I think I've got some memories of that. I'm old, I can't remember everything. And the next book, number 7, Guess How Much I Love You by Sam McBradley and illustrated by Anita Jerram. Who has been the biggest influence on you as a reader? To be honest, my nan. Like, I know she's been dead a while, but I remember her reading to us a lot when we would go over there as a child. She didn't live near us, lived about an hour away, but every time we went over there, she would read, and she would read poetry, and she would read stories, and she made reading interesting. And actually, when I put my channel up on Facebook, and my uncle is actually subscribed to my channel, and he actually said some of the books that I read now are older books that she used to actually like reading. So my nan's actually influenced, like she liked the Tudor books. I can't remember what ones exactly she liked, but It actually turns out some of the books I like reading now, she used to like reading, and that's been a big influence. So some of the things, like the history stuff, like I told you about the suffragette movement, I would deliberately read stuff about that because of stories she told me. So she was always been my biggest influence. Coming into more modern day, like now, like my sister Charlie got me into BookTube, and she will point out books that she thinks I should read and thinks I'll like. But in general, like my nan and my sister Charlie are very big influences on me as readers. But now, like, I find that I've got different people for different genres on here. Like on BookTube, if I want a historical fiction book, I listen to a lot about what Katie from Books and Things likes. I listen to Gemma from Read a Book Gem. They've got quite big historical fiction and classic readers. I like my classics from them. If I want non-fiction, I will go to many people for that. Like Angie's pretty good on that, and Sadie from Sadie Reads again. And then we've got Sarah from Sadie Reads. And then obviously contemporaries, I've got like Danny from Danny's Book World. She'll influence those books. And Jack will influence my middle grade, and Alice will influence my thrillers and fantasy, and Jem is another, Jem from Gemma Books. She is a great influence for the historical fiction. So you all kind of have a big part in that. I think everyone on BookTube has a part in what I read now. It's a family on here. Sorry, it's a bit of a rambly answer. Number 8, The Giving Tree by Shel Stevenson. What book or set of books would you give to an emerging reader, or what book have you given more than once? For an emerging reader, I think this is a great book, and I know some people have talked about it before. But Excuse Me, That's My Book by, it's a Charlie and Lola book. I love this. Both my kids loved it. I've actually got our only copy. We got given it to us by a neighbour for Thomas. So, and it's the Charlie and Lola books are great for emerging readers. They're great for they make them fun, and the print's really good in them, and it's just really great. But very early, I think The Hungry Caterpillar isn't always like a great one. I think everyone can love that. Both my children have loved this. I've kept this one for their like forever memories. And as a book, giving a book more than once, probably not, because I think for me, everyone's got their own books that they like. Everyone on here has got very different tastes, so I will buy different books for different people depending on their tastes and depending on what they will like. Obviously, I will recommend Get a Life, Chloe Brown to everybody. For my historical fiction books, I am hunting for the Woolworth Girls for so many of my fellow booktubers on here. So many of you will get that when I can find a copy in the charity shop, because I think that's the start of a series I've loved. So that could potentially, but everyone's got different tastes. I think everyone got like different books that I would give them. That's just what it is like on BookTube. And now to tag people. I tag Verna from Burnished Vicarage Adventures, although I think she has been tagged before, but I don't think she's done it yet. Deborah from Booking with Deborah. She's a newish channel. I think she'd love to do this. And then, sorry, Charlie from Charles Keith, got to tag him. He hasn't done any tags in ages. Do that, Charlie. Catch up. If you don't do them, I don't care. I love you anyway. But I think everyone else pretty much on BookTube's already been tagged to do this video. And I look forward to it. If I haven't tagged you and you want to do it, please feel free to do it and mention me in the comments. Mention me and let me know, tag me in it, whatever. Hope this has been all right. Hope I've done a good job of it, Jack. Sorry it's a bit of a hish-pish video, but you know me, I'm hish-pish. Anyway, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel and not subscribed yet, ring on my ding-a-ling, and I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.